Happy Mother's Day. Y'all, today has been so great so far. And I know, there's some mothers that don't like to be fussed over, that, just want to take her little Happy Mother's Day and keep going. But hey, today I say accept all those blessings, all those accolades they want to give you. Just sit back and relax and be pampered today, because for all that we do as mothers and good mothers, we deserve it. So hey, let them take care of you today. But I just wanted to stop by real quick, and I wanted to remind some and inform others that you are royalty. Look, we come from an awesome lineage of, we always hear about forefathers, but what about four mothers? When we think of Naomi and Sarah and, Mary and Deborah, look at the line of women that we actually come from. Those women were clothed in honor and in strength, just like it says in Proverbs. And they so awesome. The things that they did and the way they held on to the Lord, it is just to be, it's to be commended. They were nurturers, they were teachers, they were servants, and hey, they were even workers. When we look at how Ruth gleaned in the field, sun up to sundown, it is to be commended. You know, and they weren't perfect, and they went through things. They lost husbands, they lost children. But you know what? They never stopped by the grace of God. They always got up, they always kept pressing forward. They always kept holding on to God, and they always kept seizing, what God said was theirs. They had this faith that regardless of what happened, they were holding on to God, and they were going to embrace and take hold of what He said was theirs, regardless of what they had lost. Titus 2 tells us to be teachers of good things. It talks about how we should teach our children, how we, as the older women, should teach the younger women to love their husbands and to take care of their homes, and, to be just good women. And so, in essence, we are natural born teachers, and that reminds me of, my dad would always give an example in church a lot of times on Mother's Day of how he took a doll and he gave the doll to my nephew. He watched as the nephew just took the doll by the hand and just kind of twirled it back and forth and did his thing with it. But then when he took the doll and he gave the doll to my niece took the doll, swallowed it and cuddled it in her arms, and began to nurture the doll as if it was a real person, a real baby. And so that's why I say we are nurturers and teachers by nature. And when we read Timothy, Paul told Timothy, he says, I see the faith that is in you. It's unfeigned, it's unwavering, it's steadfast. He said, but you know what? I see that same faith in your mother. And not only that, I saw that same faith in your grandmother, Eunice. So, that tells me that this is something that's been taught to Timothy, from his grandmother and from his mother. This is something that they taught him. He didn't just come up with this on his own. He probably saw them walk by faith, and then, he himself has built this faith, as being a part of God and serving God. So, I just want to say that the Bible is proof that we as women are overcomers. God has always been our strength. God has always been our source. He's always been our healer, and He's always, been our ever-present help. And as we reverence God, the Bible says that we are blessed. And not only are we blessed, but our children will also be blessed. Our children are blessed, and when we keep reading in Proverbs 31, it tells us that favor is deceitful. It says beauty is vain. It says, but a woman who fears the Lord, who walks according to the Bible and what God says to do and be, she shall be praised. She shall be praised. And it speaks of how even her children will rise up and call her blessed. So today I just say it to you, embrace your praise, continue loving, continue teaching, continue ruling, and just being a true reflection of God's heart. So with that being said, y'all be blessed. Continue to have a great Mother's Day, and I will talk to you later.